Just to tell you a little bit about myself, I'm a special education teacher and administrator in the Rochester area and Greater Rochester area. My husband works for the United Way, and he is also a Pittsford Little League baseball coach. He's been coaching Little League for 5 years and coaches a 10U Pittsford Panthers team. So our community here is incredibly important to us. When the house next door to us, 63 Rates Parkway, was sold in August of 2017, it was very shortly after turned into an Airbnb rental property. The one conversation that we've had with the owners of the home assured us that it would not be a flop house or a revolving door of random people, so we would not have to worry about the safety of our kids. Over the last 8 years, this family, who actually resides in the state of California and spends approximately 6 weeks out of the year occupying this residence, has created not only a nuisance for us, but also a very significant public safety risk. My kids have been conditioned to not speak to the people who are on the other side of the fence. When my son was 2, one of the children of a renter asked my 2-year-old son to show him his penis. In December of 2023, we had to handle a deer that had been impaled on the neighbor's fence. And most recently, while getting my son to baseball practice, we came home and were getting changed for there to be a movie being filmed next door. And we are incredibly grateful that their property is being maintained, because for quite some time it wasn't. Maintaining the property does nothing to protect our children. And we are a street of small kids. We have multiple individuals with disabilities. We have women who've recently lost their husbands. We have people who are going through chemo. We are a neighborhood of people that really tries to support one another. And the Airbnb itself only provides protections for the renter and the owner. It does not provide protections for the kids in our community. It doesn't provide protections for my children or my neighbors that are here. And so I really would encourage us to think about our values and our community and how we might be able to come together to create legislation or create some sort of restriction that would really help us to keep our kids and our community safer. One thing that I will add about the incident in April was that there were so many cars there that one of the days my husband gets my kids off to school, because he's the family MVP, so he gets them ready for school. There were renters or people who were going to the movie filming who were climbing over the fence into our property to go to the filming that was happening next door. So they were parking at the Jeff Road School. So our house backs up to the Jeff Road School. So you had people who were visiting this rental property who were not actually the renters themselves, they're guests. So the guests of the people who were renting, parking at a school during school hours when children are going to school, teachers are getting to school, and to create that kind of safety risk too, for me, was something that really, it goes beyond like me protecting my little bubble, but that's a school of 500 plus students. And for those of you who are familiar with our schools, the kids at Jeff Road and the population of students that Jeff Road is serving has been evolving over time. And so for us to knowingly allow such a safety risk to be in such close proximity to our children just really feels like a much more significant issue.
Thank you.
Can I ask a question?
Of course.
Olivia, when these inferences happened,
Did you make calls to the town or report to the town?
We've called the sheriff at different points when the sidewalks have been blocked, and we've had kids and moms and strollers walking in the street. I know that neighbors have called at different points when there have been large parties and gatherings. I personally called about the deer and worked with the sheriff on that situation because the deer was gravely injured. That also happened during school hours, and so we had to make contact with the school to let them know that a gun was going to be fired so close to the school, just because that was the most humane thing to do for the deer at that point. So.
And that didn't happen at your house, that was at the neighbor's house?
Correct.
And it was usually you calling the sheriff's office, except for one instance where for animal control you called?
We called animal control, but there was no one available.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.